Hey guys! So one of the most common requests I get is for a video teaching people how to study all of the words. So this video is going to be about studying all of the words. And you can study some of the words, you don't have to study all of them. This video is not for everybody. If you don't want to be somebody who studies it all, or you just want to learn a few words, then you can implement some of the techniques in this video, but you may not want to do all the things that this video entails. So anyway, let's get started. The 2s and 3s are essential learning for any Scrabble player, as learning these words allow you to make overlaps and hooks, allowing you to get rid of clunky tiles and also form longer, more exciting words. Even if you have no interest in tournament Scrabble and only want to learn for fun, I highly recommend that you take the time to learn the 2 and 3-letter words. First, you need to find a complete word list. One such list is available in the description. Next, it's time to learn the words. Take a piece of paper and write down all the words that you don't recognize. If you're an auditory learner, you might also find it helpful to say or spell the word out loud. Try to fit as many words as possible on one sheet, as this will make many of these words seem more familiar. Once you've completed writing out these words, wait a few days, then repeat this process until you've learned all the 2 and 3-letter words. Note that while this process works for longer words, and can be used for the 4s and 5s as well, this process can prove tedious and cumbersome when there are thousands of words to learn. However, this same process can prove extremely effective for other, shorter lists, such as the vowel dumps, JQXZ words, or other short lists. The 4s and 5s are the next set of words that most people should seek to tackle. While learning these words aren't necessary to play Scrabble even at a tournament level, they're certainly useful for winning games and are essential if you want to dominate your local scene or win against some of the best players in the world. At this point, you'll want to find yourself a studying program, as this makes learning words much easier. There are several great programs out there, such as Zizva or Lexpert. Using these programs, we can generate a list of 4 and 5-letter words rather easily. If you want, you can actually start by deleting some of the common words, either by deleting them manually or by using a common word list. Once you've generated this list, use a highlighter to highlight words unfamiliar to you, while using a black pen to cross out words that have become familiar. As with the 2 and 3-letter words, if you're an auditory learner, it might be helpful for you to say or spell these words out loud. Once you narrow these lists down to a few hundred words, considering once again writing out the words, much like you did with the 2 and 3-letter words. Note that these same techniques work for the 6-letter words as well, but it's worth learning some other words first. Studying bingos is unique because it requires using all of the tiles in your rack. This means you no longer have to look for shorter words. You can focus on words that only use all of your tiles. There are 2 methods that you need when you study bingos. The first one is recognition. Recognition is particularly useful for bingos with prefixes or suffixes, as well as hooks, and learning whether words take S, D, or Y, for example. While these words are typically easy to find, remembering whether these words are valid is not so easy. The second study method is alphagram study. Alphagram study requires alphabetizing your tiles and chaining that alphabetical order with a solution. For example, AAAGMNR equals anagram, or ABBCELRS equals Scrabble. In some ways, this not only allows you to study words, but also it allows you to practice finding words, making alphagram study more of a cross between anagramming and memorization. Learning the bingos takes dedication, as there are literally tens of thousands of them. For some people, it helps to break these bingos into blocks. However, all that's really necessary is having a long-term plan and setting a timeline as to when you're going to finish learning the bingos. Once you have this date in mind, it'll be much easier to achieve your goal. Before we wrap up, I'd like to talk about some of the pitfalls that some players fall into when studying words. The first mistake that many players make is the amount of effort and time they spend doing review. Many players spend far too much time reviewing words, trying to solidify their word knowledge rather than moving on to new words. As a result, they study the same words over and over and over. If you review words, it will take you much longer before you ever learn all of the words. And you're just making the whole study process much more inefficient. Until you know all of the words, you're generally better off never reviewing, other than maybe some of the basic words like the 2s and 3s. Second mistake a lot of people make is they study short words by alphagram. The problem with this is it doesn't simulate in-game decision-making. You don't find these words by alphagramming them mid-game because you have a 7-tile rack. You never find something like AELNV because you never think of separating those 5 tiles and then finding a word in them. You're much better off learning the word by recognition and then studying how to find those words separately. Relatedly, a lot of people don't alphabetize. They have a 7-tile rack and then they just put them in whatever order that they can find a word quickly in. You need to alphabetize every single rack, or else studying, especially bingos, basically wasn't worth it. You basically didn't learn very much from it. Alphabetizing your rack makes finding bingos much more consistent. Hopefully this video has gotten you into the path where you can learn all of the words. Thanks for watching, and until next time.